So for our first technique, we're going to work the crucifix setup from turtle top. So the first thing I want to do is get a tight waist grip with my left hand. Left knee goes in between my training partner's right elbow and right knee. You'll find that sometimes you're able to like bring your right foot inside and then take his foot away from your knee and then go into crucifix setups from here. But a lot of the time against a good opponent, they're going to be holding on tight to your knee. So I'm going to slide my knee out into this empty space here. I put my heel on top of my training partner's forearm, and then the ball of my foot goes towards the mat. I then get my seatbelt grip. My head goes over my training partner's head. I open up my knee hits the mat, hip hits the mat, and then my shoulder hits the floor. Once this happens, I start to trap the arm and I roll over to my left side. Here. So a lot of times when you come into the crucifix, your opponent is going to try join your hands. So if this does happen, we can take like a figure four grip, pinch our knees together, pull with our hands, and then just like flare our knees to break the grip. To stop this from happening, what I want to do is I want to always try to keep my knees up towards the ceiling. If my knees point towards my training partner, he's able to lock his hands. But if he does lock his hands, it's a figure four seatbelt, pinch your knees tight, pull with the grip on your hands, and then extend your legs. And then we bring our knee out at 45 degrees. So I put my left knee behind my training partner's right elbow, take a tight waist grip, lock up my seatbelt, head over my training partner's head. If I'm able to bring the forearm away from his body, or the hand away from his body, and able to get my right foot inside, we can do our crucifix from here. A lot of the time he's going to be like cupping my knee and holding on tight. So we slide the knee towards the foot. I put my sole of my foot onto his forearm, and then I put the ball of my foot then onto the mat. I open up my knee, hip and shoulder hit the mat in that order. So knee, hip, shoulder, I trap the arm, and then I roll over to my left side here. To stop my training partner from joining his hands, my knees are facing the ceiling. If my knees turn in towards my training partner, he's able to lock his hands. So if this does happen, figure four grip, pinch your elbows together, pinch your knees together, and then break the grip. And then we bring our knees up towards the ceiling, and we can start attacking from here. So we're doing the same setup for the crucifix. A lot of time when you go to trap this arm, your training partner might bring his elbow inside your knee. If this happens, it's obviously going to be hard to get the crucifix. We can go behind if we want and try dig out that elbow, but a lot of times it's easier to go into rolling back takes because like he's not really much base on this right hand side. So if I see him tuck his elbow, basically we put the head over our training partner's head, knee drops to the floor, I put his head on the floor, and I drop to my right hip, and then we break him down to the mat here, and then we can go into our back attack. So I'll do this one a little bit faster, and then we'll slow it down. So it looks like this. He brings his elbow in, and then we land in this seated position. And then I keep my chest to back connection, keep my head nice and tight, put in my first hook, fall to that side, and then second hook goes in and we're ready to start attacking. So now that we're on our training partner's back, we're going to change from like traditional hooks to more of a longer hook. So what I mean by this is, if I leave this hook in between Ronan's legs, when I'm looking through arm trap stuff, there's always a chance that he could straighten his knee, sit his hip over my knee and my hip, and then he can cause scrambles and escape from this position. So when we land in this position, basically what I'm going to do is my right foot is going to go on the outside of his leg. I'm going to bring his knee in towards the center line here, and I have an active hook with my left leg. My right foot goes on top of my left foot, and now we're in a great position to start attacking. So if Ronan holds on to my forearm, so he's trying to defend the choke, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to get top hand position. So I bring my left hand in, and then I strip the grip. And Ronan's still holding on tight onto the choking arm. I rotate my thumb up towards the ceiling, and then I pull my hand back, and then I get top hand position on this one here. And then I throw my right leg over. I switch the grip, so I grab this hand here, my right hand goes to his left hand, and then I grab my shin here. So if Ronan tries to fight or escape, this should be hard. This allows me to get good control, but then I'm going to put my left leg over my right leg to lock in our arm trap, and then we can go to 2-on-1 and then start attacking the neck. So do that again. So again, my right foot goes on top of my training partner's leg. I bring his knee in towards his center line. Active hook with my left leg. Right foot on top of my left leg. Roland's holding on, defending the choke the way he should. I'm going to get top hand positioning first. So my left hand comes underneath, and then I just use like this thumb and forefinger grip to break the grip. Roland's still holding on to the choking arm. So what I'll do is I'll rotate the thumb. I'll pull my hand out towards my shoulder, and then I'll get top hand position in here. So I'm going to bring his hand below the line of his chest. Right leg traps the arm, and then I switch the grip. So my right hand grabs his left hand, and I bring the bicep across his head. That's a really important detail to control posture, stop him turning and moving. If you try move run, this will buy me a little bit of time. And my left hand goes to my shin, and I put my left leg on top of my right leg, and now we're ready to start attacking from here. Top hand position, we split the hands, rotate the thumb, pull my hand up towards my shoulder, and I go to catch. Now, for the arm trap to work, what I want to do is I want to bring Roland's elbow and wrist inside my knee and ankle here, so inside that line, so then I can start to trap his arm. But Roland, knowing this, what he's going to try to do is he's going to try bring his elbow and wrist outside my knee and ankle line. So if this ever happens, there's actually a really nice arm trap that you can do from here. So if he's not letting me bring this in, I'm just going to bring the hand down towards his hip, and then I'm just going to put his forearm in the crease of my knee, and I back heel here, and I'm going to put my shoelaces just above his belt line. So if Roland tries to get his arm out, it's not impossible for him to get his arm out, but it's actually really hard, and this will buy us some time to then start going into our rear naked choke finishes.